welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the eastbourne of Airfield and it's under the command of Oksydor, and I think this was one of the replays that he took part in last night whilst I was watching. Yes, I do actually have him streaming on one PC right next door to me whilst I'm actually doing some of my video work. So occasionally I'll catch a glimpse of what he's up to and check in on his what he's doing. Okay, 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. He's well practiced in the M53, M55, which has got the 8-inch howitzer. So this is the M55. He's actually heading over onto the north end of the map near the airfield. There's only one Arty on either side. The enemy one is a Bat Châtillon 55 which is also a Tier 9. There are some rather interesting firing positions over in this side that enable you to get at the enemy exactly when they don't want to get hit. And he's made it up here. Now, not that bush over. That might actually give the enemy Arty a clue as to where he is. And oh, the scorpion getting in the way. It sometimes happens, I'm afraid. Yeah, obviously you don't want to knock over too many trees. It does give the enemy a clue. And he's now ready to go. And oh, look at these juicy targets. He is fully dialed in now, but unfortunately they've all run to cover. Now you may notice that I actually use an aim timer. It's to the right of the reticule. It actually tells you when you're fully dialed in. First hit, 378, and he got hit directly afterwards with a big hit from one of our 155mm guns. So he ended up losing 700 hit points. Well, was it 155? No, it wasn't. It was two tanks hit him almost simultaneously, where he lost 691, and then another 71 after that. Okay, a couple of enemy tanks on the temple mount, as I call it. Rounds out. Oh, kill shot. Yep, he got close enough on that one. He only needs to land at the shell behind him to get a splash kill. So he's got his first kill of the game, but it probably won't be his last. He sent me in 2 replays from the videos from last night. He's not always the only Arty player playing now. We've got Dr. Nix as well. Oh, he's got his 2nd kill. This time around the T55A met his doom. And there's no counter battery coming from the other end. So I suspect the Bat Châtillon 55 is more interested in something else. Usually we can tell by seeing where the enemy shells are going in. They're going in on the east side of Temple Mount from the enemy Arty, so that's why he's not looking over here. He's very much more interested in our tanks. Okay, for the Centurion, rounds out. Direct hit on his rear end. 402. Change of position. He's actually got something on painted on the front of his vehicle. Okay, standard B, that's got fairly thin armour. You always look for targets which you know have got thin armour, because you're very much likely to get pens on them. But failing that, hitting a tank which has actually got its weak spots showing. Another good hit, this time 401. And he takes some damage immediately afterwards, so he's picked up masses of stun. Now in this game, he's actually in platoon with Konopnik, who's in the Object 777 version 2, and I think Bublius has already died actually. He was in the Object 777 version 2 as well. They're all in the OLIMP clan. And that TNH, yeah, he needed to be taught a lesson. Trying to use that wreck for cover, it's not going to help you when you're being hit in your side. Mind you, I think he might report that to his own Arty and say, yeah, we know where the enemy Arty is now. So we might need to reposition. Or we'll just have to see where the enemy tracer is landing, or where the enemy shells are landing. Okay, we've got a Progetto 46. Rounds out. This looks good. Oh, he pulled away. He knew that the shell was inbound, and he pulled away. Now, I'm not seeing any circles from where the enemy Arty's aiming at the moment. So I'm wondering, is he re-aiming at somebody else? Well, SU-130PM just came into view. They've got notoriously thin armor, so they make excellent targets. But we're not going to shoot until we know that he's still there. Probably still is. Got an IS-3 in view. That Centurion is in cover, but look at this IS-3. Oh, unfortunately he dies. Now, I think it might be a good idea to move position now, for sure, because I have the feeling that the enemy Arty is re-aiming and he's looking for us. Because his teammates keep telling him that they're getting hit and he doesn't like it. The SU-130PM is making a nuisance of himself, but I think we can probably show them. Ah, right, the enemy Arty just fired at the east side of Temple Mount again, which is where the SU-130PM is aiming against. And he's gone! But we didn't get the kill out of that one. Our own SU-130PM took the kill from our cap area. Okay, I think that hit was just made by Konopnik. Okay, we've got a Borsig. Now they've got thin armor as well. And we're almost loaded. Changing position, rounds out. Rat lands alongside him for 349. Just notice an SU-152 is trying to get along the north side of the airfield. Now I have the feeling he's trying to get at our E75, but our Scorpion ought to be aware of that. And that Borsig has just made himself a prime candidate for our next shot. And we could get a kill shot if we can get it on target, because it's 900 alpha. Rounds out. And it is a kill shot. It went straight through him and he's out the game. So that's the third kill for Oksydor. I thought it might be. Say notoriously thin armor. And oh, Konopnik's facing two enemy tanks at the same time. We're not loaded, so we can't help him. And the kill shot comes in from that ISU-152, who is north of the airfield. Okay, so we might be able to stop these guys from getting out of this spot. No, one of them just pulled out. And the SU-152 is coming this way. And we're now receiving enemy fire. I think it just went after our Scorpion. We're now trying to hit the Standard B, who's up in the pocket. And it's a splash kill. 4 kills now. Now that ISU-152 might have seen our tracer. Not to mention our Centurion, the enemy Centurion 7-1 might have seen us as well. So I think they know generally where we are, but they can't get at us at the moment. Okay, there's the Centurion. We're almost loaded, so we can certainly get him with the splash kill. Here we go. Rounds out. Yes! In fact, I think that was actually an impact. And that is the 5th kill. So we got 1/3 of the enemy team. Now the enemy Arty did aim for and kill our, or did hit one of our teammates. But it's now 3 versus 2, and I think this Progetto is feeling the pressure. He's trying to change position, and rounds out on him. Oh, so close. 207. We've got 6 rounds of HE left. The Bat Chat's now on the move because obviously he needs to stick close to the Progetto. Otherwise, there's a chance he might get picked off on his own. And oh, he just took a big hit from the CS59. We're coming up. We could get this shot if we can get it. Yes! That's the Top Gun. There's only one enemy left. It's the Progetto. He's near his own cap area. Now, I think will be the time to get on the move, but he's actually decided to stick around here for the moment because the Progetto is coming to the site. And that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Oksydor in the M53 M55. I think it did take place last night, yes, at 9:15. Yes, I was watching at that time, and he got an ace tanker out of it in that one. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16. A Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And yes, he picked up a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Might have been able to get a chance to get the 7th kill, but the Progetto died fairly shortly after. So yes, I'm afraid that one went to one of our teammates. The win rate from that one, 5,487. A very good score indeed. Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that he actually did get the highest damage in the game in that one. Oksydor got 3,843 hit points, but it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool, and I'm afraid that's why he didn't get the high caliber. The second highest damage in the game went to that ISU 152, who was 3,577 hit points. And the third highest damage in the game actually went to Konopnik with 3,045. When it came to kills, yep, he's got that one as well. 6 kills went to Oksydor, 3 kills went to the CS59, and also to the ISU 152 on the enemy team. And we can see that Konopnik got 1. And where's Bubbless? There he is. He didn't get any, I'm afraid, and only 472 hit points. So I think he got killed fairly early, probably near Konopnik actually at the time, because they were both in the same type of tank. When it came to base XP, yes, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,275 base experience points to Oksydor. 1,093 went to Konopnik, and they were the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 in the game, with the CS59 picking up 898 out of it. Let's have a look at detail. 15 shots fired. So he actually came fairly close to, well, he used 3/4 of his shells. 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetration as well. Let's have a quick look and see which one he penetrated. I'm pretty sure it would be the Borsig, actually. Yes, it was. Look at that. 1,100 hit points with 1 shot. Now, I think he did wound him with the first one, but the second one actually did go in and finish him off altogether. So, yes, he actually landed 1 shell alongside the guys. He was driving away, but he changed and came back, hid in the bush, and then he got taken out altogether because that next shell went straight through him. Okay, let's go back to the details again. 12 enemies were splashed. 3,843 hit points of damage, of which 3,632 were at more than 300 meters. I think the close shot that he actually did was the Centurion, who was fairly close at the time that he killed him, and it was a splash kill as well, I seem to recall. Go back to the details, we can see he damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 6, did 92 hit points of damage assistance, and 2,202 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 60,317 credits from the battle, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, took away 20,947 credits profit. He got 35 bonds in that battle, 1,912 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 3,826 for completing a mission, and 7,651 experience points altogether. Right, well, that was a pretty astonishing battle, but he also sent me another replay, so let's go into that one right away. The second replay is on the south spawn of Ruinberg, and this time it's in the Bat Châtillon 155-55, the Tier 9 French SPG. 3 marks on the barrel. Now it's got a reload time of 22.60. The standard reload is 28.76, so he has lost at least 6 seconds off the reload time. Ready to go. It's 680 alpha with a penetration of 48mm. Type 62. Rounds out. Oh, he hits him! I heard the sizzle, even though we couldn't see the shell actually impact on the target. He did actually strike him, because when you hear the sizzle noise, that's because the shell went off against the hull. Okay, looks like he was trying to get another shot at the Type 62, but of course, there he is. Rounds out. Yep, he hit him again. 276 this time. Now you can see how this position near the cap area actually does provide some nice little avenues for attack. He can actually have a go at that T95 there, because you can't hit that from the southwest corner of the map. It's just very, very difficult to do that, because those buildings get in the way. And he's had a direct hit, and it looks like he's lost a few hit points, not a lot. It looks like he hit the hard armor on the side of the vehicle, and he's gone to cover straight away. Now it appears there's 2 T95s in this game, and they're both in platoon and have just gone through different paths. And I think he hit an SMB that was actually hiding up on that little gap between the buildings. Goes back to the T95. Just try and hit what you can. Readjusts, rounds out, another direct hit. It might be a good idea for him to try the enhanced HE or the armor piercing, but I suppose the armor piercing wouldn't really work so well on the T95, because it actually only provides 460 alpha and 310mm of pen. Oh, another direct hit, this time on the 45 TP, forces him to back away. He's not using his first aid kit because he's obviously trying to keep it in reserve, just in case. And the T95's just gone around the corner to fire a round down on one of our guys. The SMB's come into sight again. Rounds out. Another direct hit, but aimed for 222, this time non-penetrating round. As you know, there's only one prototype of the Bat Chat 155-55 ever built. And they weren't happy with it, so they actually designed the 155-58 afterwards. That was 3 years later. Rounds out in the SMB. Oh, he got a kill shot this time. He hit the soft armor on the side of the vehicle and wiped him out. Meanwhile, that T95 is still there. Let's give me a quick little round for another target. We've got a P43 turret. Looks like he's just hiding behind those wrecked buildings. And he got some splash there for 192. The one advantage of using this position is the fact that you can run away fairly quickly. We're one tank down on the enemy at the moment. Still looking around for all the different potential targets. T95 looked like he was turning round. Our guys have one further down in the town centre. So I think he's turning around because he's actually moving. And there, the tree's just gone down. So we know where he's moving to. You look for any clue that you can find to where the enemy's gone. And Oksydor correctly worked out that T95 had actually turned around and was trying to attack our guys as they're coming up the other road. Can he get another shot into the rear of that T95? I hope so. Rounds out. Yep, it's another direct hit. Only 323, but it stuns him, which slows him down. And now the Unis has managed getting alongside. So he might be able to get behind him and start firing rounds into his rear. Enemy Arty's been spotted. Our SC-130 PM found him. We're lining up a shot. Where's he going? Well, an M53 M55 disappears, but a Barask appears in his place. I suspect he was still there, but the Barask had to go around him because he was tracked at that moment. Camp Panzer 07 RH, but he's the other side of the building, and I'm not sure we can get any. Well, he did get stunned, but that's all he got out of that one. There's that Type 62 again. He's suddenly popped up. He keeps popping up every now and then. He hasn't moved away from this area. Oh my god, he just got him with a blind kill. He came around the corner just as our shell came the other way. And he's collected his second kill. Of course, the first one being the SMV who he killed earlier. And that VK3002D, looks like he's coming after our... Oh yes, he got the object 416. We fire around back. And splash kill the VK. So that's the third kill. Our VK3002D on our side is very vulnerable. Yeah, the Char Future 4 got him in the end. Can we hit him? Well, 330 of splash, we'll take it. But it now means that the enemy tanks can come down the east side of the map. I'm afraid our teammate who was actually up there, the Comet, deserted his position and he's headed our way, so Oksydor's doing the right thing to make a move. He's got too few hit points to fight that corner. Okay, and we've got a Strip 1030 who's also abandoning his position, and they look like they're coming back to defend the cap area as well as they can. Okay, this one of the enemy tanks has been spotted. It's the Panther M10. And our SU-130 PM takes a massive hit, and then he's gone down. Lines up a shot, rounds out, and a kill shot. That's the fourth kill. Oh no! We've got an enemy Barask just turned up. And the annoying thing, he's just killed our Comet. So I think he's just on his way down here to try and kill us. Almost loaded. There we go, we've got a shell in the breach. Oh, shotgun! Oh, and we take a hit from the Kampfpanzer. And now there's only two of us left. The Stroop's gone, and now it's only us left, only Oksydor. He's loading as fast as he can. Can he get a shot into whoever comes around that corner? He's trying to position himself. Well, unfortunately, the enemy Char Future 4 gets a shell in his neck, but he manages to take us out anyway, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for Oksydor in the Bat Chat 155-55. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5 after he killed a Barask, as well as a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16 out of that one. And on top of all that, he got a Gauze medal for getting more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And his win rate from the battle was 6,870, which is Super Unicum standard. but it was a defeat because his team got wiped out steadily bit by bit, and despite the fact that he was doing a lot of damage, I'm afraid they just couldn't keep up. So let's have a look at team scores. Well, the highest damage in this game went to one of the T95s. Now, I suspect that's the one that he was actually aiming at. Well, he did 430 hit points of damage off that T95, and he actually picked up the high caliber for 5,745 hit points. That was the guy who was on the second street, not the one round the corner. The second highest damage went to Oksydor with 4,377 hit points. And the third highest damage went to the Striv 1030, who's the second one to die, or second to last to die. So at least we got 2 out of the top 3 on that game. When it came to kills, though, he definitely got the highest amount. Oksydor managed 5 kills. 4 kills went to the Camp Panzer 07RH. He got 4. 3 kills went to the T95, the Barask, and the Panther M10. None of our team managed to get more than 2 kills other than Oksydor. And when it came to base XP, well, we're always going to be on the losing one on that one because our team lost. The top scorer being the T95 with 1,181. Second highest being the Kampfpanzer 07 with 1,015. And the third being the Barask with 1,011. But at least we got the Barask out of that game. Well, we helped to destroy the T95. Let's have a look at the detail. 19 shots fired, 13 direct hits on the enemy, and 1 penetration. Now, let's see if we can work out which one actually got penetrated in that game. I'm wondering if it was the M53, M55? No, we did splash him, so the shell must have landed right alongside him during that battle. But was it the T62? No, the T62 managed, or Type 62, managed to escape without getting penetrated. I'm sure it wasn't that one. Char Future 4? No. The Panther M10? No, it must be the Barask. Yes, at close range, he did 742 hit points of damage to the Barask. So that was the pen shot, the one that came around the corner and got shotgun right in the face. Yeah, very nasty for him. Let's have a look at the rest of the detail. 17 splashes, 4,377 hit points, of which 3,296 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, a big chunk of that came from that Barask. 2 hits received from the enemy, both were penetrations, I'm afraid. Yes, this thing doesn't really have much in the way of armor. Only 16 millimeters. It's the strongest armor on the Bat Châtillon 155 55. Also, 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, 5 were killed, 1,095 hit points of stun assist of 13 stuns. He earned 47,519 credits from the battle, 5,184 for courageous resistance, 52,703 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, still made a profit on a premium count of 7,089 credits. If he'd actually played a free-to-play account, he would have lost. 948 XP, 543 for courageous resistance, 1,491 experience points altogether. So 2 really different games. This one was played 2 hours after the other one, but you can see 2 different results. But he did get a Gauze medal on this one. On the previous one, it was a Gauze medal and a Top Gun. I think he played very well on this one, and he picked his targets. He got great results out of it. In this one, I'm afraid it was down to the fact that his teammates just weren't able to keep up with him. And yes, he was putting in the effort, but I'm afraid his teammates couldn't. And in the end, it all fell apart. I guess you could say he wasn't getting the help that he normally gets from his teammates because they weren't playing at that time. They stopped playing for the evening. So it was only Oksydor on his own. There was no Konopnik or Publius, sorry. Yes, because he was helping out as well. So yes, I think it really does come down to it in the end that if you've got the right help, it really does make it possible for you to win. But if you don't have that help, even the best artillery player can only go so far because he's totally reliant on his teammates to spot the enemy in time and to actually put the damage in after you've stunned them. to enable you to actually get the benefit and to take the enemy down. So I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give the video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.